Obviously, we usually come in with a show pick. We have two picks individually. Obviously, with less games, we won't be doing that. We still wanted to give you a consensus of a show pick at least, just for you guys to track, and that will kind of open it up, and we'll be able to talk about the slate. And then mainly our focus will be on the six gamer. But obviously, if there's any Saturday specific things or Sunday things that you want to talk about in terms of a game environment that you really enjoy, obviously the people would benefit from that. I do think this is one of the first years that like DraftKings actually gave each contest some actual love. Like usually they overweight one slate or they particularly kind of have options, but I feel like this year they really were fair to all the contests across the board. I think they realized that, hey, if we give people the prize pools, they will come, and I think they realize they can squeeze that orange one last time. So I think we actually benefit from it. I think we'll actually debate this. So I thought maybe it'd be interesting to do live on what the game of the week should be in terms of our consensus. I don't know if you guys agree, but for me, it's the Eagles and the 49ers. I think the Eagles up 5.5 is. I think the Eagles walk away with this game easy.
I think the Niners win this game.
See, I think we might have a problem. That's why
I don't see any way the Eagles walk away with this easily.
I don't think the 49ers defense I think they're the worst defense in the league, and the Eagles are only weak on offense. Like I don't know, man. I don't think this game is close.
I'm on the Eagles side.
Yeah, I'm not. That's where we're going to differ on that one.
So I am playing a lot of CMC.
I think that might be the game of the weekend. I'll give you that. But
it's gonna be a fun
game. I don't think the Eagles beat the Niners in a shootout. What if I told you that? What if I agree that the Niners defense sucks, but Philly's defense has like one good play a game, and they're not that great either?
Yeah, I see it as a Barkley game. That's what I see. I see Barkley just running all over this team.
And I think McCaffrey can match him 1-for-1. So if this is a shootout, who wins? I think Purdy outduels Jalen Hurts.
So would you play CMC?
Even with Hurts' weapons. Like, I know it's Pearsall and Jennings and Kittle.
Yeah.
But Pearsall, Jennings, Kittle is still pretty good. Might not be A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Goddard, but it's still pretty damn good.
Fair. So will you play Barkley and CMC in a lineup then? Like, do you think...
I won't play both in a lineup, no. I've seen that happening in the projections. It's not something I normally do anyway. Yeah. And if I treat it as if I'm playing the full slate and treating it as a 6-game slate, then I have to use big slate rules. And that's something I normally don't even look at, is playing a running back. I might play the 2 running backs from the same team and try to get all of their rushing points. But I usually don't play 2 running backs from the same game, opposite each other.
Okay, Donnie. Gov hated my idea. You have a better one? Are you going to bring us together?
Love the game. Don't like taking the Eagles.
I think the Patriots are just safe.
I think the Chargers win outright.
Yeah, see, I don't think we'll agree this week.
That's why I wanted to do it, because then people can...
Jacksonville is going to beat Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Like, Buffalo has not looked good all year. They've shown flashes because Josh Allen has been super Josh like 4 games this year that he had to win.
God, this is where...
And they have the rushing title. So, like, they can put up points, but they haven't looked good on defense. You know you don't trust those receivers.
Yeah, I already know that me and Donnie both agree on the Eagles, and you disagree. And I think Donnie disagrees on Jacksonville being good. He's been against Jacksonville.
No, I have Jacksonville winning.
This isn't even a Jacksonville is really good or anything.
Oh,
this is just Buffalo's been inconsistent.
I have Jacksonville winning this.
You surprised me. So this is our game.
I think the biggest thing, too, is like they're playing in Jacksonville. The weather's not a factor. You're going to have Buffalo coming down to the heat. That's tough. That's a really tough thing to do, to come down to the heat and play.
It is. I didn't think we'd come to a consensus right away, but we actually did.
I also have the Bears winning, but
that's just a no for me. But yes, I think consensus on Jacksonville.
Yeah.
We have a consensus.
We actually do.
White smoke. Put in the white smoke.
On your Panthers as well, especially if there's weather concerns. I know we didn't touch on that game, but if there's weather concerns, I think you could bet the under, and you could definitely bet 10.5. Because the Rams could still win.
I love I don't see the Rams even. They might try to because of the loss earlier in the year. That was a little bit of an embarrassment, but like they just want to win, get out of there without injuries, have the extra day before they go into next week with Matthew Stafford, MVP.
And even if the Panthers pulled the upset, which, I mean, I would love you. I mean, we've been Panthers stands for a while ago. Even if that happens, the game is slow. The game is sloppy. It's ran at a pace that would favor that 10.5 quite well. So I think that is some good insight there. Anything else before we go over to a lineup?
No.
There's a reason we skipped over Houston and Pittsburgh. Just skip over Houston and Pittsburgh.
Oh, I just forgot. Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's what we're supposed to do. We're going to forget. It's going to be a weird Monday night game that we forget. Don't show me this. That screen. Oh, God. There we go.
I don't know where that goes.
Oh, thank God for the void. The soothing void.
Unfortunately, we have to be in the void for just a second, but we'll be all right.
You are good. The void is fine.
We did forget to talk about Houston and Pittsburgh, though. I do think just from a DFS standpoint, because we're going there now, the interesting part is that Monday Night Hammer, given that most slates don't have that light Sunday, that light Monday, I do think there's some PMR advantages to building some of that Monday into your lineup. Like some people are just going to forget about that game or they're not going to want to wait. Like I'm an old school DFS player. There used to be Monday night on the main slate, and it used to go under-owned consistently. I do think the Monday night game will go under-owned just because people are impatient.
I agree. And with it's kind of a normal slate with 6 games, but because it's small enough, you can look at them individually. So trying to look at that from a showdown perspective to figure out who would be your late hammer in that game. And then making sure we get them in this lineup. Like, I'll be looking at that each game that way.
Yeah.
Like, I previewed what it was like earlier on Tuesday on who my captains are probably going to be in each of these showdown games. I'm probably going to want to build a lineup with mostly those dudes.
No, I liked a lot of that Pittsburgh Houston game anyways. But I've noticed just from a psychology standpoint, I mean, obviously being a psychology major and liking sports, the two just marry together for me well. But I've noticed like the late PMR games just go under-owned by at least 2 or 3% more than you would think. And in a short slate like this, that actually does matter to me. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about the slate. Do we have a number generator? We can get that up for someone?
Yes.
I mean, I don't really care about the order too much anyways.
What do we got for numbers?
Let me go 19. Technically, this is week 19. Gov, did you freeze on us?
No, I'm right here. I'm just looking at my own lineup. Again, I'm making my showdown lineups.
Yeah, we need a number.
While also tweaking my 6-gamer.
I thought you turned into a computer.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I'm going to go number 50.
$83.
All right. It is 51.
Oh, fuck.
All right. I am going to check one thing before I pick.
You know what I just realized, Gov? Donnie has never played on a main slate where Sunday night was a thing. Like, I just realized that. Like, me and you played on DFS slates where Sunday night was like the late night hammer.
Yeah. Not just on FanDuel, too.
It was not a thing when Donnie started playing DFS. It was gone by then. Wow. I feel old now.
I might be a little crazy, but I want to play one of the running backs. If we have the salary, I can change it. go ahead and get me Monungai in there. Little salary saver. 30 mile per hour winds projected at kickoff. That is baffling. You are not going to be able to pass in that game. The run
I
game's
give
going
you a
to
reason that I never thought about Kyle at all this week.
I'm playing.
I'll let him come back and finish that.
Yeah, I'm playing Swift, but yeah, if we need the salary, we can move up if not.
I see. So you're saying we can move up to Swift if we have the money?
Yes, I don't mind either way.
The Chargers also having Hampton be questionable could open up this slate. Just speaking of running back and value quickly, that could really be pivotal for this slate. So I know we're building it on Friday, but if you guys should pay attention to injury reports. Speaking of which, and whether and
Moody's questionable,
right? So I just wanted. I do want to kind of date this show because I don't want people thinking like, why aren't they taking Vidal? Maybe by that point you guys already have more information than we have. But it is ghost pick, right?
It is. But don't worry. I wouldn't take Vidal anyway. You don't have to worry about that.
You wouldn't take him at all?
We've seen what Vidal can be with the full workload. If I pencil that in at his price, he will be very interesting if necessary. I agree with Donnie. He may not be completely necessary, but I'm not going to overlook it for like the best value on the slate, honestly.
Yeah, I think I would definitely fit him into a lineup. If I was building 3 lineups, he'd at least be in one of them if he is a starter. But that was just an example of how you have to pay attention to late breaking news.
Yeah, 4,700 is still pretty good, but like again, what's Monungai? 40, 52? Like, that's not too much worse. Yeah. Like, Rico at 55, there's a starting running back. Corum's getting a lot of work.
And to bring it back to Donnie's point, like, the weather concern does make a bowling ball kind of guy like Kyle very interesting. Like, it would get us different. Go ahead, Gov. You got the pick, man.
All right. Let's jam in my contrarian play of the week, Davante Adams.
Yeah.
Davante Adams.
Everyone's going to play Puka. You probably should just play Puka for, like, again, if you get the value of Vidal or something, you probably just need the raw points of Puka. It's going to be paired a lot together. So
I was going to say, how often are you
double pivot, go with a different running back than Vidal and a different receiver than Puka.
Assuming that you're not doing a double stack with Stafford, like, do you feel like you are picking between them, or do you think there's a lineup where you could play both of them and not Stafford? No.
If both get there, Stafford had a huge day.
Stafford got there, yeah. That's what I was thinking too. I heard some people talk about it, but like, if they both get there, how are the Panthers winning? Because you could say like, oh, I'm going to go Bryce Young and be different. Well, if Bryce Young gets there, then it's not likely that 2 Rams receivers also get there. So we are choosing between one of them, unless we are going with a Stafford build, right?
Probably.
Yeah. You got the next 2.
Now, I am not against a Stafford build, but like that's also stacking the first game of the slate. That's a little rough.
Yeah. I wouldn't be so against it early in the week, but with the weather concerns, I don't know, because like the one thing about Stafford is his strong arm. He's not giving you nothing in the rushing game. So it's like if that weather takes away that strong arm, which sometimes it doesn't, but I don't know. I have 2 picks, right?
Yes.
Okay. I will take. I'll take the best running back on the board. Give me Josh Jacobs. He says he's fully healthy. I think if he's fully healthy, he's $1,000 underpriced.
He is cheap. He is really cheap.
So yeah,
if he's fully healthy, he's usually mid-7. Almost.
And that's what I want to clarify. I'm saying like he's the best running back on the slate for his price.
I didn't even know he was that cheap.
Yeah, this might be a situation where Donnie's theory comes into play, where if we got the money, we can move around and do some different things. But I just want to highlight Jacobs in my builds if he's going to be that cheap and he's healthy. Like, I know I'm taking a bit of a chance because he has to be healthy, but I don't know why he's that much. I don't know, because Hampton's more money. So that just makes
that's silly.
Yeah. So there it is for me. Oh yeah, I have another pick, right?
Yep.
Let me take. Let's see. I'm going to take another value. I'm going to take Brian Thomas Jr. I think he's going to have a good day. I'm going to keep riding this train like I do the Jameson Williams upside, like one of these. I just believe in the talent more than the usage at this point, but it's getting better and better. And the Jags and Buffalo, I think, are going to score the most points. So I want a piece of that game. I'll just go with the cheap option, who I think has superstar upside. Like, would it really surprise you if Brian Thomas had 30 points in this slate? It would not for me, but maybe I am biased to his talent. It would surprise you, Donnie?
It would surprise me considering he hasn't had 20 all year, yeah.
Maybe it's a Justin Jefferson thing. I understand I'm chasing the potential of who he used to be, of who he might be still, but he hasn't been this year. I understand that.
He just hasn't gotten there all season.
He hasn't, but I think
he has one game of 23. He had 10 targets in that game. Damn.
Yeah. So again, I might be chasing a ghost, but I think he's done it before, so I guess I'm hoping for that price. Like, the upside is there.
When did he score? Oh yeah, he did have 20 against Seattle too. Interesting.
But I also like the former Patriot and Myers too. It's like if we wanted to move up.
Yeah, that would have been a game before Jacoby Myers. I think that game probably was the game Hunter got hurt, so they would have relied on BTJ.
Yeah.
All right. It's
or maybe Strange was the one who got hurt right there. Like, one of them, I believe, got hurt.
One of them got hurt. I think Strange might have already been hurt that week, but.
And then BTJ missed 10, 11, missed 3 weeks in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
All right. So it is my pick now, right?
It is.
Yes.
All right. I like the idea of getting Jacksonville. So, like, I'm looking at this lineup, and we need a Philly San Fran guy because I agree that's going to be a good game to have. So that's what I'm sort of looking at to put in. I'm not wanting to put in Barkley, but I am willing to just jam in CMC.
That's why I saved you the money for. Like, again, that's why you go with the Thomas and not Myers. Because and Donnie obviously saved us money with the value running back. I think CMC makes the perfect sense.
Are we going to get playoff Kittle, though?
We could.
Because that's the other one I would jam. Like, my thought is CMC or Kittle.
True, but we have the value, like we have the money to spend in this lineup. If we go with the Kittle.
That's why I'm thinking we don't need a value tight end. We can pay up. Just, you know what? Put in Kittle, not McCaffrey.
Okay.
I'll leave you guys flexible opportunity at who to play.
And I think that, just to speak on it quickly, the pairing of going Kyle and Kittle and paying up differently than the rest of the slate, I think makes us not even bad, just superiorly different. Like, we're different right away. And
this whole lineup is sort of different. Like, we're Kyle instead of, like, Vidal or Swift. We're BTJ when most people are probably playing Myers or Parker Washington. We're playing Adams instead of Puka. We haven't just jammed in Barkley. And from what I was seeing in projections, most lineups are probably going to have a lot of Bills and Jags.
Yeah, I would say that's not even a bad idea because I do think it has the most points. And so most people do chase points or the over-under, if you will. So I think you're right on that.
So it's my next two?
It is.
Yep.
I'm going to just go Houston defense.
Okay, that's solid. I like the defense from that last game. I agree. I could see paying down for Pittsburgh because C.J. Stroud can mean mistake prone, but.
Oh, the list says the Texans. That's why I couldn't find Miss Houston.
And
this is the real guts of the lineup now. We got a quarterback, a wide receiver, and a flex.
Which we can always, finagle too. Like that's the thing I really like about what we do most is we get our favorite picks in there and then we kind of talk it through.
I'm stuck between two.
What you thinking?
You want me to quarterback or wide receiver?
Who are you thinking at wide receiver? Do they pair with this quarterback?
No. They
so
would
the
not
quarterback
pair with
does the quarterback pair with someone we already have?
Also no. Well, kind of. Not.
Oh, I don't know if I like it.
I don't know. How about you just pick a flex and not do that then?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to be a naked Josh if I went quarterback, and then you guys could put one in if you want.
Okay, naked Josh is not the worst thing
naked
ever.
Josh works because we have Thomas. So
yeah,
we are getting at least that game environment.
Right.
Yeah, naked Josh with the brain man. And we could always go with some kind of cheap rate. Like we could go double tight end, Kincaid or Knox or something.
Throw Josh. Throw the best quarterback in.
Duh.
Yeah. I do think Kincaid is one of those guys like Thomas though has been underutilized because he's been hurt. And like a lot of it's self-inflicted, but I think Kincaid, like Thomas, has upside to be the number one target earner on that team. Am I crazy? Right. Like, am I just living in potential?
Well, I'm just looking. Well, let's look at it because it's my pick. So let's look at Buffalo's.
Yeah.
Just go flex on Buffalo.
That's right. What game are they here? There. Trying to find them. So yeah, we can go flex. There we go.
So we know Cook is the rushing leader.
Yeah.
And we could pair him with Josh Allen because I think he has 5 or 6 rushing touchdowns. Or receiving touchdowns. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have Shakir, who's supposed to be wide receiver 1. After that, it's all the backup running backs before you get to anyone. Like everyone else is a pay down. Shakir's the only one you even have to kind of pay up for.
And you would say that Dalton Kincaid is at least the number 2 in terms of target earners, right? Like I would say
it probably is Shakir. Then their 2 tight end rotation of Kincaid and Knox.
Yeah.
I honestly would love to take the dart throw on who we think is wide receiver 2. Is it Palmer? Is it Cooks?
Is it Cooks?
Is it Gabe?
I can do Cooks.
I think it's Cooks.
I can do Cooks.
Okay, so
Palmer, I think I kind of want to put in Brandon Cooks.
I just wanted to look because Palmer did not practice on Friday. So he didn't practice today. So I don't mind the Cooks play in that regard.
And we can put him at wide receiver.
Yeah. Do you think it would be a Gabe Davis kind of situation if Palmer doesn't play, assuming?
I mean, you got to realize it's the way they run their offense. They're not going to have 3 or 4 wide receivers out there much.
Yeah.
So, like, if it's Cooks and Shakir, I don't really care who's next. Shavers, Gabe, they're Coleman. They're not going to be on the field that much.
That is a beautiful point too, and that's why I love taking the upside chance on Cooks because we know he's a fast receiver who can take one to the house, or he could make one big catch and pay off that price. And so that's why it makes sense to me.
And he had 100 yards. 17.
I was about to say, he was sitting there in New Orleans getting cardio and then gets cut and picked up by Buffalo and should be, honestly, an okay receiver for him.
Just look at his usage week 17.
Yeah.
It was there.
And look at his usage week 17 and look at the fact that he wasn't used as much week 18 when they sat all their guys. So they clearly are putting him with the first team. Because he wasn't even used week 18 when Shakir also took a 0. But that's when Gabe Davis had 8 targets.
And that's where I would say it's risky. If we knew Palmer was going to play, it would be more risky. But like the fact he hasn't practiced on Friday, even if he plays, tells me that something is lingering. And like I say, for that price, you only need like a couple catches anyways. I think the workload's there. I haven't considered it at all this week. And now you got me thinking maybe I'll go back and tweak some.
But Palmer played week 17 as well.
That's my point. Like, you could argue it's an already good play for that price, Donnie. But if Palmer doesn't play, it's like, why not take that upside on one of those guys?
All right, so Logan, I believe you get the last pick here. It is the flex, and you got a chunk of money.
I do have the money. I think I'm just going to do it. I have been disappointed at Saquon Barkley all year. I guess this is just all of my disappointments rolled into one and being like, I want them to be good. Like, I thought Josh Jacobs should have had a better, better season. He did not. He disappointed what I feel like his upside is. Brian Thomas the same, and so I'll just finish it with Barkley unless you guys have a major problem with that.
I don't mind getting a Philly guy in. You had the money to pay for him. You could have paid for Nico as a late hammer. You could have paid for
now.
That was my wide receiver, by the way. It was Nico.
Was it? So we could pay for Nico, and we could get up off of Kyle if you wanted, Donnie. That's what I was just going to say.
We don't even need to get off of Kyle. We can just pay for Nico.
Oh, yeah. Because Nico's around the same price, right? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you had the money. You could have gone Nico instead of Barkley.
Yeah, I'm okay going Nico.
I don't hate Barkley since we have the Kittle play.
Yeah.
And I like that game environment. But I also, as we talked earlier, I don't mind having the Monday night hammer. Like, if I'm looking at that game, I'm probably captaining Nico, like, showdown-wise. That looks like a game I could captain the defenses. I'll say that right off the bat. But if I didn't, it's probably Nico or Gainwell. And so I'd want one of the two of them. And since we already have the Houston defense, it'd be Nico as our late hammer. So that would be my choice, either Nico or Barkley.
I think Nico's a good pick, and I didn't realize he was in that range. I almost forgot. And I do think people are going to forget, like, let's just say his ownership is 15%. Him being on Monday night, I think, does lower a couple percentage. And I think that's a big deal on a short slate.
Yes.
I do have to look into this Brandon Cooks news because I do think a Gabe Davis, a Cook, someone like that could really open up the slate. Obviously, Vidal. Another thing I want to mention just quickly, and then I'll kick it over to you guys. Donnie picked the Houston defense, and I think that's a very good pick. You know, people were talking like the Steelers, the tradition. It's supposed to be kind of a nasty weather game in Pittsburgh, and they're like, well, do we expect Houston to do that well because they're from, Texas and they might not be used to the weather, but like I think Houston's the best defense. So you're going to give the best defense a weather advantage. I think Houston's defense is still better than the Steelers' defense because I just think their talent is better than the Steelers' defense. So that's where I would fall there. I don't think either defense is bad. It's just I don't understand how the Steelers are a good defense, and then somehow that downgrades the Houston defense because they're not used to weather. Like I feel like all weather conditions affect the defense. So I actually like both defenses in that game. Just wanted to mention that. Was there any other thing you guys want to mention?
Let's see. I personally don't like that Chicago Green Bay game, but like if you're going to do it, I like the way of playing the running backs because of weather.
Yeah, we just play it that we literally don't like it. Go to your point, and we just play it ugly. We play it in that like.
See, like if there was a game I would fade on it, it would be that one over like Houston Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I feel like I want a piece of Houston Pittsburgh. I don't care if I have no Green Bay Chicago.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. In terms of guys I didn't get to in this lineup that I actually like, I'll just say I like Ladd McConkey. I think he's also due for a good game, but I guess maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment of all these guys that like I thought would do good in the first round of best ball and just haven't. So maybe I'm setting myself up for failure, but I think I will play some Ladd in my personal stuff. Outside of that, though, I don't mind this lineup. Was there anything that stuck out to you, Donnie?
I just don't like Brian Thomas in this game, but that's fine.
But you like the game environment at least.
Yeah, I do.
So at least you could see it getting there. So you think Myers is just that much? God, I think he's $1,000 more. Maybe he's 800 more, something like that. So you think Myers is just a better pay-up?
I would just play the running back from Jacksonville.
The reason I worry about that is Tootin. I really think he could eat into Travis Etienne's work. And I like Travis. I don't understand why they do it as much as they do, but especially Tootin seems to take the goal line touches, and that's what scares me the most about playing Travis. Like, I know he's going to get work, but if Tootin's stealing the touchdowns in a short slate, that's what scares me. I don't know if we got anything else. I actually like this lineup quite a lot.
I think
if I were going to change anything, it'd be Monungai. Otherwise, I don't hate any of the other plays. They all make sense in the lineup, at least, and in the vacuum of why we played them. Monungai's the only iffy one.
Yeah.
Just because I think they might lean on Swift in the playoffs.
I'm playing the bowling ball, cold weather, sucky game. I get it, though.
I can understand that.
Like, it makes sense to Gov's game environment. He's staying away from that game for that exact reason. And you're like, hey, if we're going to lean into it, I'm at least going to lean into it with the garbage man kind of mentality.
And, like, I'm still okay with Jacobs. I don't mind that. But I think I'd rather just play Jacobs than Swift. Like, I think playing Monungai is sort of the equivalent of, like, well, I'll just play some Jaden Reed in case he gets some extra end-around crazy junk stuff in this game.
Well, it's like a 55-45 split. I wouldn't.
I mean, maybe snap-wise, but last few weeks, it's not been that, like, touch-wise.
Yeah.
Now, like, again, they were doing it in the middle of the season. It entirely can happen if the second Swift tweaks an ankle or looks a little on the first or second series. Monungai is going to get more carries. So, like, I don't hate the play, but he would be like, if I'm looking at it, who's the confidence play I want to change first, he's the first one I'd want to change.
I'd also have the Bears winning, though. I don't think this is really super competitive. The Packers' defense is bad.
I don't like the Bears. I don't have them winning.
So you just think this game is, like, sloppy and slow, and the Bears just get out of here. Because, like, what's interesting about the Bears is they run up the middle a lot more with Swift than people realize. Like, I think a lot of people think of, like, Swift as this, like, outside runner, and he can do that. He has in his past, but, like, the Bears have ran him up the middle quite a lot. So I do think Kyle is a goal line threat, but Swift does get work too. So I like it but I do think, like, and Donnie already said he wouldn't do it, but if Vidal was the starter, if I was to build this lineup personally, Vidal would go into the Kyle spot.
I don't believe in playing the running back with the worst offensive line in football, not even in the playoffs. They have ranked last in the NFL, so I will not play that.
He could be a high school offense, and if you're going to play him around 4K in a playoff game where I can fit all the other studs, I'll do it. But I build stars and scrubs, so it's probably just a different style of build, Donnie. Like, I lose all the time. Like, I'm not saying my way is smart at all, but it's probably what I would do. But I actually like this lineup. With that being said, there's a lineup for you guys. Hopefully you can take something from it. If you can't, you can tell us in the comments. If you don't like our content, we'll still respond. Like and subscribe on your way out. That's always appreciated. With that being said, take care, guys. Oh, we got a comment. How much we got? Someone wishing us good luck. See, that's just comedic timing. Thank you for that. Good luck to you as well. And we'll get out of here.
Peace out, everyone.